Hello everyone, my name is Hitesh Dani. I am a solution engineer for Sage X3 at Sage. In this session, we will go through the core components of Sage X3 CRM sales functionality as you would demonstrate it. The setup for this demo is detailed in a separate document that you can download from our site. There are many visual process maps that you can use to demonstrate Sage X3 CRM functionality. However, I personally prefer using this particular process map because it provides all the core capabilities in a single view. In this particular section, we are going to take a look at the calendar view and the sales functionality of Sage X3 CRM, after sales service, lead generation, and campaign management capabilities will be detailed in a later session at a later date. Before we look at Sage X3 CRM, let's compare and contrast Sage X3 CRM with a tier 1 solution such as Salesforce. Sage X3 CRM functionality is natively built into the core product. It integrates with every other module and provides a seamless accessibility to the features and the functionality that is presented in Sage X3 CRM for all users. The calendaring capability in Sage X3 CRM provides bi-directional synchronization with Microsoft Outlook. Sales functionality in Sage X3 CRM is flexible enough so that you can start with a lead or a prospect or a customer and take it all the way through to processing orders and eventually a 360 view of your customer, providing valuable management insights. It's simple enough that your sales teams will use it and capable enough that it can map to the sales methodology or sales processes for any mid-market organization, which is our target customer base. That said, if your prospect is looking at a tier 1 functionality such as Salesforce, Sage X3 can integrate with Salesforce through a connector. Let's start looking at the Sage X3 CRM functionality. We'll start with a calendar view. For calendars, I have two different choices. I can either look at my calendar on my dashboard as a calendar itself in a monthly, weekly, or daily view. I can look at a specific entry, and if I so choose, I can actually drill into that entry and bring up Sage X3 screen matching that particular entry, be it a call, an appointment, or a task. Another option is for me to look into the calendar functionality itself within Sage X3 CRM. Here, I have the ability to look at my own calendar or calendar of my team, provided I have proper authorization to a search. And here I have the ability to look at a calendar view or a list view, look at my appointments, my calls, my tasks, my sales opportunity, which is known as CRM projects, and my marketing campaigns or marketing operations. For me to be able to create a new call, a new appointment, or a new task, I simply take the option to create, either type in my business partner information or my lead information, put in the system will bring in the call and the time, I can provide default category for this particular task, assign a sales rep other than myself, put a priority for this particular call, get my customer lead or prospects information, including a call script. In Sage X3 CRM, you have the ability to generate call scripts for different functions, such as a call for collection if you have outstanding accounts receivables, a call that may be a marketing campaign, or a call that is an outbound sales lead generation process. And your team can actually follow this particular script when they're making the call, capture the objective of this call, look at the source for this particular call. This particular call. The source can be manual created by me, or it can be automated, such as my marketing campaign. Capture a report, click create, and I have generated my entry. Instead of creating an entry from the calendar view, I'm simply going to create my calls, tasks, and appointments from within a lead, prospect, or a customer. So let's get started with the sales functionality. In Sage X3 CRM, a lead can come from many sources. A lead can come from a trade show where you type in their information in a tablet. It can come as an import if you have purchased a listing from a third-party provider, or you can manually create one yourself, such as the ones that I have created here. When you create a lead, you have the ability to capture the contact's last name, first name, assign a sales rep. The default status for a lead is on hold with an interest medium. You can capture their company information. You can categorize their business in a specific category. You can put a source, capture one or multiple addresses for this particular company, capture more information for this particular contact, put some notes, look at your source, click create, and you have just created a lead. I have pre-created 3 leads, NA 130, 131, and 132. Let's take a look at these 3 leads and work with them. NA 132, I have looked at. It's not going to work. I need to disqualify this lead. And so here I'm going to go mark this lead, change the status as disqualified, save, refresh my view, and you will notice that particular lead is gone. If I go to my disqualified folder or disqualified drawer, you actually see that particular lead showing up here. I could change the status back to on hold and bring it back into my leads section. I'm not going to do that. I'm now going to look at NA131. Need to put it on hold. Right now, we are not going to be able to do any business with them. That leaves me with NA130. This looks promising. So I'm going to make a call to them. When I make a call, I have 2 options. I can either select an entry from plan, in which case an appointment, a call, or a task will come in as incomplete. If I create an appointment, call, or a task from the save section, they simply come in being marked as complete. So I'm going to create a new call. Because I am creating call for a specific lead, the lead information gets captured. The lead has not been promoted into a business partner yet. I have not assigned this particular lead an Outlook contact for synchronization. I haven't created a CRM project or sales opportunity. It is marked as complete. It's an outgoing call. My date, my time, categorization, priority, and everything else that we have seen before. I'm going to say the level of satisfaction from this call is high. Duration of the call was 15 minutes, and I am going to proceed. I'm going to proceed with an appointment. So now I would like to book an appointment with this particular lead. I'm going to create an appointment and mark it as complete. Here is my new appointment. Information comes in, my date, start time, end time, defaults to 30 minutes, my contact information, goal of my appointment, get new business, date created, people who are going to join this meeting. If I wish, I can add more colleagues. I can assign an organizer other than myself, location information for my prospect or lead, resources such as a meeting room or a projector, capture the information from this meeting, send PDF, level of satisfaction is high, create my appointment. Now I would like to create a task. So I'm going to plan a task. It should come in as not being completed. I'm going to mark it complete. Categorize it as send information. I have sent PDF. Moving forward with a quote, mark it complete. Now I'm going to go back out of my task screen, go back out of my appointment screen, back into my call screen. One of the features that Sage X3 has is what we call journal traceability that provides you with a log of your actions. And when I look at my journal traceability from a CRM perspective, you can see that I started with a call, turn it into an appointment, turn it into a task. All of them are complete. I can click on a specific record and click detail to launch that particular screen, or I can simply go to the action item and then launch that particular screen from here. We are now back into this lead. I'm going to change my status to contacted. The minute I change my status to qualified or contacted, I can now take this lead and promote it as a prospect or a customer. Contacted, save the record. I have the ability to promote this particular lead. Now I have a choice. I can either promote the lead as a prospect, at which point I can generate a quote for this prospect, or I can promote this particular lead directly to a customer, at which point I can start transacting with them, not just a quote, but I can create an order, start doing a delivery, start invoicing them, and actually begin my relationship with them as a vendor. Or I can take this particular lead and make this lead a contact for an existing relationship that I already have in place. For the purposes of this demo, we are going to create a prospect and then we are going to promote that prospect into a customer. To create a prospect, I need to provide some information to Sage X3 because at this point, I am taking this lead and I'm creating what is called a business partner record within Sage X3. I'm going to keep it same information as my lead NA130. A lot of information from my lead is captured and brought over. Now I have a choice. Along with my salesperson, I can assign a commission category for this particular prospect. So every transaction this salesperson uh, does with this particular prospect or customer will have commission payout based on the categorization that I have here. I could assign a second salesperson. I could put this particular prospect into a group customer, which we will do later. I can categorize this particular customer and say it's a regional grocer. They are in food and beverage business, and they are part of my North America customer base. My contact information gets carried over. Click create. System warns me that the user NA130 already exists. I'm going to say that's fine. Now I have created a prospect. A prospect is also a business partner. So when I take this particular ID, I will not be able to create a new customer. I will simply be able to convert this prospect into an existing customer. I click customer, at which point the system will come up and tell me that this particular ID already exists. It's fine. Let's continue going. Now I have moved into a customer record. My ID gets carried over. Information from my prospect is also carried over. I have more choices to make. I can define my commercial relationship with this particular customer. I can look at the credit authorization and say, check the credit, authorize the credit for a certain amount, or this particular customer is fine. Let's not bother checking their credit. My statistical groups that I had put also come through. These groups are important because the statistical grouping that you put this particular customer into get carried throughout your transactional system. You can then use this particular grouping to slice and dice your data and create your analytics for management reporting based on this grouping that you have assigned here. Another thing we need to keep in mind is my tax rule. I haven't really assigned taxation to this particular customer yet, so I'm going to change my tax rule to no tax or tax exempted customer so that I can continue with this demonstration. I have successfully taken a lead, promoted that lead to a prospect, taken that prospect and converted that prospect to a customer. I'm now going to go back to my home page and take a look at my sales rep. Here are the categories that we mentioned. So category 1, commission rate 1 is at 10%, commission rate 2 is at 7%, and so on, depending upon the category that you assign and the commission rate that you assign. Here is the commission that I will be paid for every transaction that we create for this particular customer where I am assigned as a sales rep. So far, you have seen us assigning sales reps manually. Sage X3 has an ability to automatically create market segmentation based on your criteria. It's a very flexible system, and you can basically use business partner address, business partner, or customer tables to define your criteria. In this particular case, we are saying country has to be US. My business partner's business categorization is C1. Let's take a look at that. In Sage X3, you have the ability to create your own set of tables or be able to change the tables that are provided by X3 where you put your own information. These are called miscellaneous tables. Each table has a specific number. Table 447 is used to categorize my customer's business. In this particular case, I've categorized C1 as East, D1 as West. Hence, when I look at US Eastern, you will see C1, and when I look at US Western, you will see D1. This is how we create market segmentations or create our market sectors. Having created my market sectors, I can go and automatically assign my market sector to all of my customers or some of my customers and then assign them a sector automatically. If I have already assigned them a sector previously, I have a choice to either retain that sector or overwrite that sector with this particular automated replacement. Same thing happens to your sales reps. Now that we have created our market segmentations and uh, assigned our customers market sectors along with the default salespeople, I am ready to create my sales opportunities. I could create a sales opportunity by default, or I could go back to my customer. My previous record shows up, and in my customer record, within my actions, I can go to create and I create a new project, which is my sales opportunity from a CRM perspective. I'd like to sell this particular customer some pinto beans. They are in food business. Categorization is new line. My starting date, if I so choose, I can actually put a proposed or expected closing date. The estimated amount for this particular opportunity is 100,000. I believe that this particular project will be released 100%. My weighted amount is 100,000. Probability of my success is 90%. My double weighted amount is 90,000. I can put information about my competitor. I can put in an amount that I believe my competitor may be bidding for this particular project. I can do a SWOT analysis and put my competitor's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities for us, and threats for us as well. CRM puts in a stage which is called project detected by default because we just created this particular opportunity. I could associate another CRM project with this project and create a chain or create a hierarchy, which we are not going to do. I'm going to create. At this point, I could create a quote from this particular CRM opportunity. Typically, we don't do the quotes. We pass it on to somebody in our CSR team. So I'm going to do that. I'm simply going to go to my home page, take the option to generate a quote, click new. My customer is NA130. Look for CRM project. Pinto Beans shows up. I select it. I'm ready to go. I go to my nines. Put a quote for Pinto Beans. Click create. I could create a Word. I could use a Word document, generate a printed quote or a PDF and send it over to this customer. Not going to do that. I'm simply going to take this quote and generate an order. At this point, all the information from my quote gets passed over to my sales order. I could look at the allocation here, but I don't have to because I know my order is fully allocated. I could create a prep list and a pick ticket, or I could simply deliver it straight. I'm going to deliver, validate it, at which point the goods are off my system. I'm not going to bother creating an invoice and I'm going to return from sales orders, move back into sales quotes, look at my journal traceability. And again, you see the linkage or a log where I have created a quote. I have generated an order. I've delivered the goods. It's not invoiced. Sage X3 provides information at your fingertips. I have the ability to drill into the order screen from here, or I have the ability to drill into the delivery screen from here as well. I return to my home. I look at my opportunity, and you will notice that we have won this project. We started this project, we quoted this project, we have created an order, and I have the ability to drill into the order from here. This is great. We have completed our sales cycle. Now, how do we capture this information from a customer 360 perspective? Also, how do we capture information for me to see how my sales team is actually performing? You have a lot of KPIs available from within the system. You could essentially create a dashboard where you can have information about call tracking for your employees, appointments, calls by sales rep, and optionally, you could actually put one more gadget on your dashboard that provides opportunities, sales opportunities that your team is working on. Another thing we can do is we can look at customer 360 and look at the insight that is provided by the system for any given customer. Here, I'm going to have an opportunity to search by customer's number, name, telephone, email, address, and a variety of different attributes. Because I know the customer's ID already, I'm going to type in NA130. Here you have information for your contact. For every contact, you will see a new record coming up. If I had 15 contacts for this customer, you will actually see 15 different records coming here. It doesn't matter which record you select. As long as you select a record, a lot of things will light up. Now I can create an order or a quote for this customer. I can inquire into their quotes, orders, deliveries, invoices, and returns that I have. I could look into customer history. And now you see our quote, our order, and our delivery. These are coming in as actions that are already performed. If I have any outstanding actions, you will see them here. The CRM project still comes up as an outstanding action because we haven't quite closed it. We are expecting $100,000 coming from this particular opportunity, so we will keep it open. This particular customer was just created today and doesn't have a lot of information. I could take another customer for which I have a lot of transaction. We do the same thing. We look at customer history and you see a lot of information coming up, going all the way to 12 different screens. A lot of actions that we need to perform for this particular customer. Most importantly, I can look at my BP situation. And as I look at my business partner situation, you will see your age, accounts receivable information coming up in text and in graphical format. It's looking pretty good. This customer only owes us $250 and it's less than 30 days. As I continue going, you will see more information coming up. Last quote, order, shipment, invoice, and payment. They have just paid $225,000 to us. They owe us 250. We are in good shape with this particular customer. I'm going to go to my home screen. In closing, in this particular session, we have seen Sage X3 CRM sales functionality that includes calendaring, including the call, task, and appointment tracking, sales functionality, starting with a lead, completing my transactions for a customer, and completing my management insight via customer search or my dashboard. We trust you found this particular session useful. Thank you so much for your time and thank you for your interest in Sage X3. Goodbye.